How is it going, Andrew?
Good, good.
You had a morning run, I heard.
Yeah, as well as you, right?
Yeah, I'm really running on some top floor to the bottom floor, basically. Yeah, that kind of run. Yeah. Yeah. So welcome to our code hour session. It's we try in a new format. It started last time with we XTechnology team. We tried last time with Igor was doing a lead code and Python set to solve some algorithmical tasks. Actually, a second one was quite difficult, I would say. So I'm not sure even if he managed to finish it afterwards, but we can check it next time. Maybe a little bit update. So today we continue with this session. It's we call it Code Hour and Coding Hour or Code Hour. And today's idea is a play around with technologies like Azure Devops as a gRPC application and Pulumi. That's one of the goals we have today to explore, but later on that in a minute. Then please follow our channel because next week it's gonna be quite busy, I think, for us. First of all, next Saturday we plan with Andrew again together to make a workshop. It's a second part of our previous workshop. Is you can find dev/gRPC. That was about the coding structure of the gRPC application on Node.js. We explored microservices there, what you need to build, the different kind of microservices in Node.js. Show it works locally and how to generate gRPC related code from it. So next Saturday is gonna be a second part when we actually try to deploy it, and that's why today we explore some of the topics actually that we're gonna be touching next week. That's one, and then the other update is that maybe it's not confirmed yet, but maybe next week in the middle of the week, not in our usual time, we're gonna do an extra code hour. But that we're gonna confirm soon. So follow different channels of ours. Either Twitter or Telegram, both whatever fits you best. That's gonna be it, I think. And today our session is called Azure. It's a Devops code hour. And today is about Azure, about Pulumi and Kubernetes maybe, or Docker, I guess. That's an idea. Today we're gonna play a little bit with these technologies. I think Andrew has some agenda in mind about it, but let me. I maybe can start with what. I see. So the Chrome actually just showed the one tab and that it show the whole browser. Let me start with what we have, I guess. And Andrew, please let me know if I'm wrong with something or if it's all going according to plans, let's say.
Yeah, it's all good. Just
Okay.
follow up on this.
All right. Let's maybe begin with a little bit with Azure itself. We for our session for the next week we created a space. Thanks, Andrew, for that. In Azure, we have there already a repository. Actually you can find the original resource in our XTechnology on GitHub. Please let me open it in here. Yeah, primarily the repository you can find here, and then we moved it to Azure Devops, and for that we created the repository. Why I call it Azure Devops? Actually, Azure is quite big, as you can imagine. And, if you go to, so this is a completely new space for us. If you go to Azure itself, yeah, let me try to find actually a link to, maybe it should be portal. And I hope I don't expose private keys while I'm sharing my screen. Clean it anyways. Yeah, so your journey basically starts with wow, interesting. So some announcement on how many money we still have an account. I don't know, Andrew, if you got some notification. Anyhow, so Azure is quite big. It has all kinds of inside, and to our purpose, we don't need all of them. For example, we don't SQL databases, or maybe not yet storage accounts, or virtual machines, for example. But we're gonna use some of the things. And for now, till today, I think the idea was that we gonna use something that is called container registries. Container registries is basically the Docker Hub. Docker Hub subdomain that you can borrow from Microsoft Azure, and you can push your images there, either from the pipeline or from your local. For now, pushed there just one image that contains the services we need from the workshop. What else do we use? Azure Devops itself. Azure Devops is also quite big. So I don't know if you're confused with all kind of services that we're exploring here. But Azure DevOps, if I'm not mistaken, contains all of that. It's basically gives you access to, well, to some business items like your boards. You can organize your work there if you want. We're not planning to do something like that, but we want to have a repository. So we created this organization project. I think this is the name of our organization, and then a project. And then you can arrange your repositories. So we just pulled from our original source and pushed here. That's one resource that we're gonna use from this service, and the other one is the pipelines. So pipelines are quite, yeah, they're quite big in terms of in Azure, of course. An idea would we build the whole services package, all services, all packages on a pipeline, and then push it to container registry. So for now, we did it just manually, but I managed to do this pipeline. It's very simple, as you can see. And
sorry,
yeah,
I really pray to use GitHub repository instead of this repository, and just use this pipeline to pull the code from outside, because I mean, the main idea would be to demonstrate ability to connect multiple different parts. So basically, if we are gonna use Azure DevOps, it would be nice to show that it's also possible to connect it to your GitHub. However, in GitHub we have already GitHub Actions, which is kind of meaningless to use this configuration. But yeah, let's see. Sorry, please continue.
No problem. Yeah, I think it's a valid point for our, like, let's say, closest goal. We might want to show it all the flow in Azure DevOps still, and in Azure, because it has all the services that we need. But indeed, for our main reasons, let's say we are gonna use probably just GitHub, because it has a almost perfect CI/CD system. So we're gonna explore it next time, I guess. Anyhow,
by the way,
this
how did you push to this new repository? Just copy it locally and then push to another remote?
Yeah, good one. Yeah, sort of that. Yeah, you basically create a repository, then you have another remote, and then you push it to there. I'm going to show some of that next Saturday, by the way. It's really quick.
Yeah.
It's just dealing with a Git mainly, and it has nice Azure specifics. Like you can really easily log in to your new resource. You can just generate credentials from the board and then paste it in, and you're good to go basically.
Because I was
this part is not leaked.
I was discovering like other things, like GitLab, for example, allows you to provide your credentials, so it import the repository by itself, so you don't need to do this manual stuff. I mean, somewhere.
Yeah, if I'm not
Maybe
mistaken,
it's also possible
you can
here.
do that too. Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, but for me, the easiest was just to push it in here. I mean, it's just another remote, and Git is easy. But I think you're right. I think it's possible actually. Yeah, I don't know if we want to explore it now.
Okay. Yeah. No. Let's just go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so this pipeline is just to try it out. I edited one task for now. It's building the Docker image. I could do that locally, and then I could also make it in a pipeline. And yeah, I got a notification tonight from Andrew in the middle of the night that our three parallel tasks availability was increased for Azure, and that's why actually we can run this pipeline. So it was a while ago.
That's probably answering the question how we spent $50 in 2 days with Azure Devops.
Oh, that was it. That was €50. Okay. That's I don't know. It didn't say about that, but we should be able to find out somewhere here what we spend in our money on, I guess. I can do it later, maybe when yeah. But it's not not the best news that we spent €50 out of our 2,200 trial euros. So
yeah.
But we have our pipeline running. But that was already, I think, from Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Anyhow, it builds and it pushes the image towards the container registry, so we can download it and we can deploy to Kubernetes if we want. So maybe this is a part that Andrew can take it out.
Yeah, that's right. So let me share my screen there. Unable to access screen sharing. What?
Yeah. Maybe you need to restart Chrome or something.
Okay, let me try to reconnect then.
Yeah.
Camera, microphone, sound. Maybe I will also try to reset all permissions on this website.
And Andrew's gone. So far I'm exploring a little bit of our codes on Azure, but I'm going to do that actually later. Yeah. Hey, Andrew.
No, it still says the same. Just one more time. Sorry.
No problem. That happened to me as well, but on the Java account in Chrome that worked. So I don't know. Maybe you can try that too. Basically, joining this call from yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what to comment so far. So more or less waiting now, but yeah, maybe to show the pipeline. If you haven't seen this interface yet, you can see it in a YAML format like that, or you can also. Yeah, Andrew, is it good news or?
Let me try. Hopefully. Sorry. Okay, now it asks whether computer screen. Now it actually requests permission. It's strange because I didn't change anything before, and before I was presented, and before well.
Yeah, I recognize it for myself as well. Have all these problems all the time. But do you have a checkbox on your security resource?
Yeah. I just go in there. There is no checkbox at the moment.
Security and privacy. Yeah.
I think this could be somehow related to the fact that I started using Azure Devops yesterday. Just need to reopen it. Sorry.
Everything is really. So does it work in the end or not? Okay. Almost there, I guess. So I was showing this YAML file. This is a structure of the pipeline that you can create in Azure service, and yeah, we're gonna show it next Saturday in more details. But for now, I guess you can get an idea. Oh, wow!
Finally, sorry for the technical issues. Yeah. So first of all, let's have a very quick intro into the Pulumi. So Pulumi, it's a very good tool. Let's go to the official website.
I think it's with a network. I don't hear you anymore for some reason. I'm not sure why. Is it Azure Devops again, you think? Now I can. Now I see that your network is not stable, and I don't know how. I think also in the screen update, so I got only Pulumi page now. Oh, now it's open second tab. Yeah, it was a network, I guess. All right.
Yeah, I think my computer just started to lag. Not really performing very well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it says developer first infrastructure as a code. To be honest, before that I tried another tool which is called Terraform, and Terraform it's a separated language when you can describe the same stuff. And yeah, basically the biggest comparison change here that Pulumi allows you to write your infrastructure code based on your favorite language. For us, it will be Terraform or Terraform. No, it will be TypeScript. Sorry. So yeah. So here we have a microservices, our repository, basically. I've created a new folder. Then in this folder, I set it up Pulumi. So basically, this folder is got connected to my space in Pulumi Cloud. So by default, they give you an ability to run all your infrastructure as a code using their cloud, which is free for personal usage and not free for commercial. But as we are trying to do it, our personal stuff, it will be free. Yeah. So it shows what it shows. It shows our stack, what we have. It shows our configuration file. So I put UK South, which is basically the closest to London. And it also shows some whatever text we define in there. So let's try actually to set it up and see in a second.
And what is in the cloud? What is, I mean, in the Pulumi cloud? Is it what does it say for us? What does it keep for us in there?
But basically, for now, the main thing what they keep the state file. Basically, when we do any change to our infrastructure, it creates some checkpoint with a file with all changes, and they put this file into this cloud in a safe way, encrypted. Basically, there are some other multiple ways to connect other own backends. So own backend gives you an option to
right.
Yeah, gives you an option to store your state in your own cloud on your choose. So in this case,
Yeah,
you
it
don't
makes
need
sense.
to use
So for the state, I think I got the idea. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, so let's have a quick look what we have here. So we have an index file. It's all commented in here, almost everything. So let's have cluster and let's have registry. So basically, this is the same registry what Alexander just showed you, but it was created manually.
Maybe what is our goal to understand it? So we want to push it. We want to have a Kubernetes cluster running in Azure resources. Is that what we're trying to do? And we want to have this image spawned there as a container, right?
I mean, our final goal, yeah, to have container cluster, to have pipelines, set it up, and to have this pipeline, build everything, put in this container registry, which we just created during this script with Pulumi, and then we can just put the image into the cluster and see it working somewhere in the cloud. So the final goal is that, but for now we just we will try just to create a cluster. And we'll try to create registry, the same registry for containers, what you showed recently. And the next goal to connect one to another, so we can see, we can basically use and pull these images.
All right.
And by the way, I have a question. Did you push somewhere your Docker file in here?
Yeah, I did. It's a branch. I had the Docker image, I think. Do you have a remote for that, or you mean in GitHub?
I'm in GitHub.
It's not in GitHub, I think. I can push it, no problem.
Yeah, you can just edit it as a master if you want. I mean, it will be just faster.
Yeah.
Not moving branches.
Oh, actually,
they will show.
Yeah, if you open the pull request, it should be there, I think, in GitHub.
Pull request. Let's see. It's not this repo. Some another one.
I hope it's there. Yeah. Microservice.
Yeah, it's one pull request here. I think.
Yay! This guy.
This guy done the hardest job ever. So yeah, let's review this pull request and get it done, get it merged.
Hey.
Okay. I see some comments here. Okay.
Yeah, I did some notes for myself. Yeah, yeah. Also, this README, it's not the most pleasant code you ever seen, but that's how I tested it locally. So for me, it makes sense, but I left it for indeed you can comment it.
Yeah, yeah, nice. This is Docker Compose, and what's that? Oh, is this needed really? I mean, to have the
no,
another
this is
image.
oh, wait a second. No, this is not needed. No, indeed, that can be done.
Yeah.
I used just one Docker file for now on the root.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, I will merge it and then yeah.
Yeah, we can clean it later.
Ready. Think how to remove draft. Because I cannot merge.
Maybe
Ready for review. Maybe yeah.
Maybe can I do that? Yeah.
Oh no, that's fine. You just need to press the button. Ready for review. Merge.
It's a matter of. It's always a matter of the button. Oh no.
So yeah, we're gonna have this now.
Yeah.
Cool. So we are all set, I think, for now. And yeah, let's just have a quick look into what we have here. Basically, first of all, we need to create the thing called resource group. This is just a kind of an aggregation level resource. So we put all the resources under this resource group later on, so they can be visible to each other. I think that's the main purpose. And we're also trying to create a registry. So registry here, in registry, we just reuse resource group, and under this resource group, we create in the same location where resource group was created. We create container registry, simple as that. And
can we link to existing container registry here? Is that possible, or we always create sort of?
I mean, we could for sure, but I'm not sure how yet.
Yeah,
I mean, because the point here, because here in index file, we also need to execute such a line. During this line, we need to get like basically principal ID of this container registry or of this cluster, and accept in the cluster, pull in this registry basically. Yeah. So let's just try this way. Maybe it will be easier than just to connect to your your stuff. Yeah, and basically what we have as an extra, I'll close this for now. We have like kind of very big configuration of our Kubernetes cluster. So for now we create a managed cluster called workshop cluster, and many options here. Basically connecting to the same resource group as well, and pretty much that's it. Giving some access, and as an output, we also want to see kubeconfig. So in case we decide to get from our local machine, we have this kubectl, which we can apply locally and use kubectl CTL to connect to this cluster. So let's finally try Pulumi up and running and see how it works.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, basically the very simple command they shows up, it's Pulumi up, as well as there is a multiple commands. If we try to see how.
Maybe I missed the part where we put our Azure credentials in a code. Is that already there, or it will be asked during the way, I think?
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Because we are deploying everything from our local machine, basically these credentials are given by Z, I think, by the command, by this command. So I done this command, and then I've been redirected in here. I need to authorize and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna do this now. Sorry. Yeah, so I'm kind of already done this stuff before. So that's and also inside the Pulumi.
But I interactively put these credentials in a Pulumi setup, or like Pulumi asks, put your Azure, or is it like that, or?
I think Pulumi just uses internal stuff of Azure, Azure CLI command, because here we defined that we want to use Azure. So when I was setting up this repo, basically for doing this, just let me find the command.
Okay.
So slow.
So slow.
Console.
It's all good. No problem. That's normal work of a software engineer, I would say. Unfortunately.
Yeah. So let's try to find this command. It's been somewhere here. It was about Pulumi U. There's it. Okay. Pulumi U Azure TypeScript. So when you type this in the empty folder, basically it puts TypeScript example inside the folder, setting up everything, and also it understands that your backend, I mean your cloud, will be Azure.
All right.
Okay, let's just try to do Pulumi. Hopefully I'm not messed up the credentials when I run login again. So if you go here, basically it's just showing the same interaction here, but if you go by this link, you will see pretty much the same. But
it's basically the state of deployment to Pulumi, right? Of your Pulumi.
Yeah. So basically, first of all, it does the plan. If you ever tried Terraform, so Terraform works exactly like that. So first of all, it executes planning of your change, and then you need to confirm and apply your change if you're okay about all these changes. Maybe here it will be faster, not sure. Oh my goodness. Why is this so slow? I definitely need to renew my computer sometime. So yeah, all we could do, just wait. In the meanwhile, I can go to the apps. Basically, in the apps TS, I want to put all the charts we would have.
What is a chart, by the way? You mentioned it. I don't really understand what is that?
So chart is a Helm chart, which basically a templated description of your resource for the Kubernetes. So if you imagine you have an application and you need to deploy this application in the Kubernetes. So for this to happen, you need to describe how this application will appear inside the Kubernetes. For example, you're gonna say if you want that it will be some public domain available for this application. So it will, for example, issue a SSL certificate and the stuff like that. And then when you describe all of this, you put your application in the cloud, it works. So basically, Helm is a tool which gives you an option to describe the same templated application, but then you can easily replace some extra parameters inside the application and basically manipulate with these parameters quite easily. Basically, it's a very commonly used tool for describing your application for Kubernetes. Yeah, and in the meanwhile, we here received a plan. So what we have, so it shows everything what is going to do with our resources. Basically, it's going to create everything because we didn't have anything before. And it also shows that it will be two outputs, cluster name and kubeconfig. So output in kubeconfig on local it's fine, but in the cloud it's probably not very good solution because everyone who can access this output can then access your Kubernetes cluster using this configuration. So let's see how we define these cluster outputs. This is an interesting thing. So basically, to do that, you need to define such stuff into your index file. So you need to export some variables which you want to be presented as an output in your Pulumi. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So here we decide to say yes. And press the button, and now it starts doing pretty much the same, but for now it's just applying the changes. Basically creating resources some in this cloud, in our desired cloud. Let me try to go here, and what is the URL? Azure.microsoft, right? Oh no, this one. Portal.
Yeah, portal. Yeah. So portal it has it's kind of meta a dashboard. It has a link to all the resources, subscriptions you have. Is it on the same?
Not sure if it will work. It's.
I can switch to my screen if you want for that.
No. I think I got in.
Yeah, you got it. Okay.
Okay, and here I want to find. Let's go to all services.
Yeah, by the way, I checked the budget. It doesn't look like I don't know for what. I don't see this 50 euros bill in there. So that's interesting. Yeah. It basically shows just a low rate on using Azure Devops, like a 7 cents or so. Yeah. Okay.
So I think it's this, and maybe not Kubernetes service. No, it's not that. I think it should be called cluster. Virtual cluster, fabric cluster. How many clusters there? Virtual clusters, hub cluster.
It's huge, man. It's huge.
I think I'm going to be lost here.
But what Pulumi outputs?
So I feel in the progress. Let's see. Not that. Sorry. Yeah, it's still creating.
Okay. Yeah.
It's creating managed cluster. Oh, container service.
Maybe Pulumi puts a link that we can see. I don't know. But, yeah. I also don't know where to see it in here. Containers, yeah, container apps. So there are different, of course, different ways you can deploy your app in Azure as well. Like I think what we are looking for is like a Kubernetes cluster, but I don't know how it's called in here. Kubernetes services would be my container instances maybe, but Kubernetes sounds yeah.
I mean, yesterday I found this just like that.
Yeah.
Why?
So it works
Maybe I
even
just
for you.
manage it. Yeah. Manage it, cluster.
Managed cluster, you mentioned that, yeah.
Managed applications, no. Kubernetes.
Let me see.
Also,
Virtual networks,
frustrating
virtual. Yeah. Go ahead.
why I could see your resources in the recent resources, but I couldn't see mine. Okay, here's it. Workshop cluster. It's called Kubernetes services, basically.
Yeah, so it was a correct one. We just needed to wait. Okay. Creating, right? It says creating, running for me.
Yeah, it's probably still producing that. Let's check. And also we have created a registry. Do you remember how it's called there?
ACR, I saw in your name.
Yeah.
I see only my registry. XTechnology, I think it's called. It's called container registry. You mean the like a Docker registry?
But container registry, isn't that the same?
Yeah, that was my question to you. I think you in Pulumi you defined the new one, right? So no,
Yeah,
not this one. This one is a container instances you open. So if you go to portal again, yeah, let me do it myself first.
Yeah, let me check if it's still creating or it's done. Okay, it's done. 4 minutes. With 4 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, basically it printed out the kubeconfig, which we can use.
Oh, you linked a long configuration key. Wow, that's what we got. We are not secure anymore. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but no worries, we'll destroy it with the same command, pretty much the same command. So yeah, let's just check. Service principal, workshop group. I think I didn't create actually the registry here. I don't see it at all.
I don't see it in Azure resources as well. So I'm wondering how that
so
worked
I have
in the
registry here. Maybe until I use it, it won't create. I mean, until I use it.
So for now, you just created a Kubernetes cluster, but nothing is running there yet. Is that correct?
Yeah. It's just empty cluster for now. So let's try to do the same for the registry. Registry. Equals. Maybe. I don't know. On such speed, we're not gonna do a lot of things today. Such speed on my computer.
That's fine. We don't. We're not in a rush. I mean, we not planning to finish everything in one run. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, our next goal to create a registry. Then our next goal to connect this registry to Kubernetes. Then probably I need your help, Alex, to publish something in this registry.
Yeah.
Like using Docker Hub.
Yeah, that's not a problem, I think. Yeah. Let's. We're gonna publish manually, right? Yeah.
Yeah, manually for now, for sure.
I'm wondering, you reuse the same resource? I think it should reuse the same Docker image resource, right? I mean, it's basically the same layers, say hash details, same size. So it should be reusing them, I would say, not a new amount of megabytes in there. But let's see. Let's find out.
Yeah, probably you're right. Not sure. Okay, we got some error here.
Yeah.
Registry must be all exported or all local. I have no idea what does it mean. But let's go to registry. What exactly is going on there?
So it's a TypeScript error we have here. So I'm
yeah, it's a TypeScript error.
Is watching us.
Failed with a. Actually, I've seen such errors quite often. I don't know why Pulumi couldn't handle some of these at least, because for example, if you take some examples from the code, basically, and then you have to install every of these piece locally, and if you don't, you will have the same error. Basically, pretty much the same. Yeah, so we have registry here.
Yeah.
Let's see if it has any parameters. Maybe name just was a wrong parameter. Not sure. No, it's name actually there.
Can you show the index TS again, please?
Sure. Let's go to index. Oh, I got it. Registry name, because I just using the same name as the imported package. That's I think the issue. But yeah, looking on this message, not really clear what's going on.
Straightforward. No.
Yeah. Okay. Another point to Microsoft and the TypeScript as well.
Have you heard of new initiative on TypeScript?
Not really. I've read something briefly, but if you can, can you?
Yeah. I also don't know for sure, but basically, what I got, there was actually, I know a guy who proposal. It's that doesn't matter, but he made a proposal to let's say add types to JavaScript, but in how do I say that? So to continue having them only in comments, I think that's the approach it's used so far. And basically, Microsoft team said, "All right, let's go on for that." And that means something to TypeScript. Basically, if Microsoft supports the comments, do you need a TypeScript? That's a question. It's kind of repeating the same functionality in the comments.
So you mean it's proposed to have pretty much the same as we have in TypeScript, but in JavaScript?
Yeah, but so some people now use JavaScript with types, but not similar, not as TypeScript itself, but some another layer, which is just comments, JS-doc comments, and you describe their types. And the proposal was to go on all JavaScript support for that comments and make it, throw errors if that doesn't match in, let's say, in your program. And the Microsoft said, yeah, sure, let's go for that. I'm wondering what's going to happen with the TypeScript, because it's doesn't make sense to have both, let's say.
But comments, you mean like JS docs or something?
Yeah, exactly. JS doc, yeah.
But it's not pretty much the same. Not pretty much, the same easy as you just type the type.
Yeah.
When you write,
yeah.
No,
it's not the same. I prefer TypeScript, but yes, people use it because like it's not still a TypeScript. You can write JavaScript, but with types in that way, so it's still gonna be valid JavaScript. You don't need an extra step to compile it all. Yeah, I mean,
I don't really understand why JavaScript just won't go further with the specification. I mean, it's all the same for pretty much the same for past 20 years. I mean, I've been a PHP developer when moment came when they introduced PHP 7, and they basically introduced not obligatory but optional types. So since this version, you can write your types like in TypeScript, for example, and then they give some time for people to adopt this first, and then on the very next version they can accept only this behavior. And this kind of a way, I think, I mean, to change something significantly, because for now it's just adding more and more complexity on top of the existing JavaScript tool.
Yeah. Unfortunately, in JavaScript, it should be like backward compatibility on the way, right? That's why it's very careful path. But I mean, I'm totally with you on that.
But what about constant LED?
It's a new functionality, so you have still all the code running. It's backward compatible, let's say. Yeah, but it's the same with types, I guess. So yeah, I'm also not fully.
Yeah.
Not
I mean,
fully
they could accept the new way and the old way as well.
Yeah.
I think we just need to really change our way of doing and basically join JavaScript community and I mean the global community and start changing that.
Yeah, of course. Anyhow.
So yeah, for now, for now we have a container registry. I just need to confirm that we want to create it, and I'm confirming.
Oh, nice.
And the next thing, I think we will be able to see it in here.
There is a way in the Pulumi to make a Docker image locally as well. I think you can specify I want to make a build. Yeah, we can do it next as a next steps. Not right now, but somewhere in a way.
Yeah. I think I really like Pulumi. I don't really like the idea that they force you to use their cloud as the only way to work with it. For Terraform, it's pretty much the same, but that you just write on your native language what you're really familiar with to do all the infrastructure sounds really great. Let's see if it's finished here. No. But it says it's done. And by the way, it also says that 7 resources. Okay, 7 unchanged. That's fine. I thought 7 changed.
Oh, I also don't see it. I see only XTechnology container registry, which I created manually before.
Yeah. Oh, it was a failure. What was it?
Resource failure status code.
Is now deprecated. Please select managed. This is very useful about actually Azure. I didn't have this in Terraform. So while they are providing you an error, they also explaining what you need to do to fix this error. I already a couple of times helped me this. So I think we just need to change registry type or something. Yeah, it's been taken from official Pulumi examples, and nothing of this works, as usually happens with examples. So
yeah, with usually as with the open source. Yeah, but it's quite extensive, right? Like they have I don't know, like 1,000 demos on different use cases. Really nice repository there.
Yeah.
Interesting. And this link that that you opened, does it have any type or something like that?
Let's try to
Source
find.
group, classic SQ, select and managed SQ. Okay, managed. Yeah, I saw this abbreviation already. SQ. I think it's like a basic subscription, something like that. But I'm not entirely sure.
Basic, standard, premium. But where I should set it? It's probably a field called SQ, I suppose.
Google,
Yeah.
our friend. Yeah, you found it? Ah.
Okay. By the way, I started to think maybe we could apply for Azure and other guys to, you know, premium.
For a demo.
Not for a demo, apply for like to have their services in educational purposes. So I know that other organizations do that. I mean, educational free organizations.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
they
yeah.
actually give you free of charge and stuff like that too. So you can play and you can show this because they're also interested in that. So yeah,
Wait a second. SKU premium. Should it be not? Should it be managed? They had a error managed. I think premium is maybe too high or no.
I don't know. I already removed. let's have a look. Here's the tires. I'm not sure if it's like related to SKU, which we need to define. Let's try to find manage it. Managed. Azure. Managed.
Kind premium, free SKU, kind standard. Yeah.
Problematic. Also there. I'm really surprised that by default it uses something which doesn't really work for some reason. I mean, I didn't specify anything, so why it's just doing this? It's a question. Also concerned what the type of this SKU should be.
Let me check. I'm looking at the Pulumi documentation here. Yeah, I see also they use SKU premium as a type here in example at least. But what that mean for us is unclear. Let's say.
Whatever, let's try. We still have 150.
Yeah, let's spend our money.
Container registries to everyone.
We want our awesome currency converter service to convert some currency. So let's speed it up.
We actually we need to suggest Azure to start using our converter service. So it doesn't say that we spent $50 in 2 days doing nothing. Another thing, but this is the same related to Terraform and Pulumi. So when it plans, it shows you all the time it's all good because it doesn't really request the remote API. It just checks that everything good in sense of formatting and the stuff like that, language itself, but it doesn't check if we will have this error in the future. And then finally, when you start applying, you have some error. You need to figure out what is this about. Yeah. Yeah, I think
error handling
it will be the last piece of thing we're gonna do today.
Yeah, it makes sense. Let's see if that works.
Type name status. But in overall, I want to try manage a backend as well. So the backend when I can store secrets in other sources, not in Pulumi, and after that, this behavior looks very, very good. I mean, writing your code with Pulumi instead of the same Terraform or other solutions. Okay, one is created. 43 seconds. Great.
Wow.
Let's check.
Let's check. I got it. Yeah, I see it. Nice.
Is it in container instances or no?
No, container instances is running one. You need to go to all resources.
Okay.
So go to portal and then all resources is fine. Yeah, you can type there all resources, I think. Yeah, from here.
Maybe see all.
Yeah.
No.
No, still not. It's recent. You see. Yeah, if you type all resources, you should see the on the top type all resources. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, on the top.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one.
Nice, man. So let's maybe summarize it. So we have a container registry now created all from Pulumi. We have a Go ahead.
Yeah. Just one more comment before we start summarizing. I will type to destroy it, basically. So there is another command called Pulumi destroy, which is pretty good when you're playing with some infrastructure. You just create something, you've done some stuff, you played with it, and then you destroy. You don't pay money anymore. Yeah. So for now we can just wrap it up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. 10 resources for the day. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know actually what to do perfectly. We just played a bit with Azure today, I guess, with Pulumi. I think we're on the right path now. We have almost everything. We have a container registry and cluster spawned in from Pulumi. What's missing is still reuse an image, but I think it's sort of straightforward, right? Do we need to specify it in cluster configuration somewhere?
Yeah. So my plan basically to create registry, to push it manually as you done already, an image there, then create a Helm chart. You can see here I already have a empty folder Helm charts. So I'm going to reuse the chart from here in these apps. So basically, whatever amount of charts we want to use, we can basically deploy it from Pulumi as well, so that Pulumi deploys our original application, which is in container registry now, and we can see finally something running in the cluster somewhere in the cloud.
Perfect then, and we can just when it's running, we can just execute the gRPC client commands like get me this currency in the other currency, and that should work theoretically.
Yeah.
Nice, man. I think it's doable to show it next Saturday on our workshop. So yeah, let's aim for that. It's gonna be actually. Let me go to my screen now, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So we already have a page. It's not yet super fancy, but you'll find some useful information there. XTechnology.dev/Devops. So we started already making this workshop program. We can go through it next Saturday. It's gonna be, I think, still a dry run in some way, but I'm pretty sure it will be very useful to continue exploring such technologies as a Docker and to push it to Azure, and again using Pulumi. So yeah, let's see what we gonna achieve next Saturday. Thanks for this session, Andrew.
Thank you, Alex, for showing your face today.
Yeah, you were right in time. I actually was really close. I was happy you just appeared like 1 minute before we started, right? Something.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to do that with 2 kids, but still durable.
Right.
Yeah. See you.